You know that glow that you see on people who just seem to radiate health? It's not just great lighting. It's what's happening inside their body. And one of the best kept secrets to looking and feeling amazing is collagen. You see, as we age, our bodies naturally produce less collagen, which can lead to wrinkles, thinning hair, brittle nails, and just feeling less flexible than we used to. But the good news is that you can support your body naturally. With high-quality collagen from Native Path, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs to support smoother looking skin, stronger nails, and shinier hair. And some studies also suggest collagen supplements may help support bone health too. You see, it's not about turning back time. I know we want to do that, but we just can't. It's about feeling your best at any age. And right now, as a Kim Commando listener, you can get Native Path Collagen for just a fraction of the retail price, plus free shipping and a free gift bundle. Just go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Getting diagnosed with an incurable disease was honestly the best thing that has happened to me in a very long time.
Bryan Johnson, you know who he is?
Yes.
He's been on the show a few times.
And you know what? The internet loves to mock him and make fun of him because he says he wants to live forever. But I think he's a really sincere and nice guy.
We had this Don't Die documentary, The Man Who Wants to Live Forever. And then within a year of it being released, both Kate and I got diagnosed with incurable diseases. If I represent the archetype of the early 21st century on what it means to challenge death, I must be encountered with a incurable disease, and I must overcome that disease.
All right, I have a little bit of an ask here, and so let's talk about it. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can get the Kim Commando Show. See, here's what happens. You have all these algorithms that are controlling podcasts. Do you know how many podcasts are out there right now? Like 4 million podcasts. 4 million. It's not so. So wherever you get your podcasts, the algorithms will kind of determine what podcast to show to other people. Now, the algorithms are based on positive reviews and traffic. So they feel like, oh, if you like this, then somebody else will like this. So that's why you hear me say, please, 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 just wherever you get your podcast, just leave a nice 5-star review, say some good words, because again, that helps trick the algorithms, and then more people will know about the Kim Commando Show podcast, which is exactly what we need. So Netflix took this really strange ad out on Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Did you hear about this?
I think so. I know the one you're talking
It's
about.
about the guy in the box.
Yeah, he's living in there.
He's living in there, 30 feet above the ground. It's a billboard for a show, but it has a door, it has a chimney, it has ivy, it has a window. And the tagline is, how long can you survive? Because it's basically the tagline for the horror movie that Netflix is putting out.
Yeah, it's a movie about a family that's in their house. They try to leave. They can't open the doors. They can't open the windows. They're stuck inside the house while, craziness is happening outside.
It's like Black Mirror meets the worst Airbnb ever.
Sure.
It's called The Last House. Okay. Has over 28 million views.
We were going to watch it, and then Lisa was talking to a friend, and they were like, it stinks, don't watch it. And so we literally were queuing it up, and she's like, oh, Tracy says it stinks, let's not watch it, let's watch something else.
So my son Ian lives in near West Hollywood, where the sign was, and he went over just to look at it. He said, there was this long line of cars just parading by just to see this ad for a movie, to see if the guy was a real person.
Right, because there's a viral video of a guy with a megaphone standing below the billboard, just shouting up, are you AI? You got to tell me if you're AI. Because people don't think it's a real person in there. They think it's all video trickery.
It's an actor.
Yeah.
He made a ton of money.
How long is he supposed to be up there?
He was there for 3 days. It's kind of like the whole premise of the movie.
Okay.
When we come right back, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how much he made.
I want to know.
Take a guess.
Because that's a job I can do. I can live in a billboard.
Eat cereal in the toilet. He was doing that too.
I'm qualified.
All right. So the guy's name is Nathan Shoup.
Shoup.
He's an actor. He said he did stretches. He ate cereal in the bathroom. He wrote messages to drivers on a whiteboard. He was up there for 3 full days, like the movie. And I heard he made $75,000.
For 3 days work?
Yes. Not a bad gig. That's 72 hours, about $1,000 an hour to eat cereal in the bathroom.
I wonder why they chose to have a real person. Because when you look at the billboard, all the windows could have been screens, and it could have just been videos on loops.
It wouldn't be getting the attention. I mean,
they could have pulled it off, though. But they did. They pulled it off. The guy lived in a billboard.
He did. He lived in the billboard for 3 days. Look at that on a resume.
And we're talking about it, so it worked.
And there was traffic to actually see him. Because after all, there's a highway to hell and there's a stairway to heaven.
Oh, gosh. I don't even understand how those are
It
references.
says a lot about the expected traffic.
Those are just songs. This is a movie. All right.
It's all working for me.
Okay, as long as you think it's a joke, we're good.
Because after all, I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando here with you once again. And you just tapped into the best, the biggest, the largest, the award-winning, the most trusted show about all things digital. And joining me, of course, is Andrew Babinski. And just a reminder, you can find us on your favorite radio app. Just search for Komando, and we're available as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also watch us do the show over at youtube.com/Kim Komando. All right, we're going to start with our Flock update. Boy, Flock has been in the news, it seems like every minute this past week.
But none of it's good stuff.
Oh, no.
It's all bad.
It's all bad. And here's what happened in my neighborhood, not in Phoenix, in Santa Barbara. I get this notice from one of the guys in the neighborhood. Our Flock cameras have been destroyed by somebody in a hoodie who went there at 5:25 in the afternoon.
There's so many people on the internet doing videos explaining, I would never do this, but if you wanted to destroy the Flock camera, here's what you do. And they do step by step of the process to destroy the camera and the pole that it's on.
5:25 in the afternoon.
No one,
Not 2 o'clock in the morning.
well, it's California. No one's paying attention to what anybody else is doing in California
That's true,
anyway.
especially walking around in a hoodie.
Right.
So, in case you don't know, Flock runs 80,000 plate reading cameras, snaps every car it sees. More than 20 billion vehicles a month are scanned. One of these cameras can grab up to 1,800 plates a minute. You can't even say your own plate number in a minute.
No,
and it will
absolutely
take a
not.
picture of it. The CEO, I did some research on him. He's 39 years old. I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I thought the guy who invented the Flock camera would probably be, I don't know, in his 50s for some
Really?
reason.
It's not some young, up and coming entrepreneur.
Garrett Langley. Now, here's the part that I thought was super interesting. He doesn't let the Flock cameras take pictures of his car. He blocks out his license plate. He takes different routes. So the guy who sells the cameras doesn't want to be on the cameras.
Wonder why? Maybe because it's an invasion of people's privacy. Even though they don't have privacy in public, that's what they feel.
A Wall Street Journal report says there have been several reports of cops misusing them for personal searches.
We've had, 3 in our valley? The Phoenix is surrounded by a bunch of suburbs, and 3 of the suburbs, the cops have used them for personal means. And I believe in 2 of the cities, they've stopped using it until they can investigate.
Yes, Tempe, I think they took it down.
And Mesa as well.
Now, they were personal means, meaning what?
Well, I know the case in Mesa, the officer wanted to find where a family member had been and went to the Flock camera and tracked where the cameras picked up the license plate.
So it definitely was not for police searches.
And but it shouldn't be that readily available. A tool this powerful shouldn't just be sitting there on a laptop in the middle of a police station.
Oh, let's look her up.
Right.
Flock has rolled out some safeguards.
Oh, have they now?
You ready? Mandatory reasons for searches. Oh, like, why did we have that before?
But what is the mandatory reason? Just a question? Is this mandatory? Check yes, check no.
Police chiefs will get flagged for suspicious use of officers.
So they're going to get a warning the minute it's used. But how do you know it's suspicious or not?
Wait for the third point.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
The other 2 aren't going to matter after I hear this one?
There's a data access limit.
You've reached your limit. You can't catch any more criminals today.
It's like ChatGPT.
Right. You want to upgrade to the premium plan? I've heard a lot of talk about police departments saying maybe we're not going to use this because of public scrutiny.
Yes. If you want to see if they're in your neighborhood, go to dflock.org. dflock.org. This story really got my attention. A guy in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He's in Kroger, market.
Right, the grocery
supermarket,
store.
Okay. And he's in the parking lot working on his car when a group of people jumped him. Okay. They slammed him into his windshield, grabbed the handgun off of his waist, aimed it at his chest, and pulled the trigger. The gun was not loaded.
Thank goodness.
The guy was wearing Meta smart glasses. They didn't catch the attack, but they caught the suspect's faces. 2 arrests so far, attempted murder and robbery charges.
Wow. Obviously it didn't save him, but it's going to lead to arrest and maybe save somebody else.
Wow, it is something. Jimmy Kimmel finally had something to say that everybody was getting attention for. He calls them now the pervert glasses.
Well, it's true.
So people are banning them in gyms and restaurants. And
Let's just do a quick update. Do you know anybody who wears them regularly?
No, I don't.
Yeah, neither do I.
No.
I don't know anybody.
But apparently the number that Meta's throwing out there is that they sold like 1 million of these so far.
But okay, that's fine. A ton of people have, there's 1 million of a lot of things sold on Amazon that just sits in people's drawers and they don't use. The hype is there. They go and buy it and then they go, there's no practical use for this. And they throw it in a drawer.
Meanwhile, an AI walks into a bar and says, I'll have what everyone else is having. That's basically how it works. And the reason why I bring this up is that I was joking about ChatGPT
right.
and the flock cameras.
Right.
But they now said, hey, listen, you're not going to run out of time anymore. Because I think what's happening is that when you reach your limit on a search, they know that you go to some other one. You go to Claude, you go to Perplexity, whichever one that you like, Grok, you name it. So now OpenAI is giving everyone unlimited text chats. Free accounts can keep asking, they say, without reaching that paywall nudge. You also get a think button when a problem needs extra brain power. I would love that for some people on our team.
Hey, Ted, go and hit your think button. You're having a rough one today.
Wouldn't that be something? Meanwhile, I don't want to name names, but a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
Gotcha.
We were at dinner, and she was all excited because this third level friend to me wrote a book.
Oh, cool.
And it was up on Amazon. And she's like, here, take a look at it. And I'm like, it's all ChatGPT.
You could tell?
1,000%. It was all the M dashes were everywhere.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, everything that all of us know not to do was in the cover and on the inside and the back cover of this book.
I wonder if we know the percentage of books that are available on Amazon that are written that are just AI slop.
I saw a stat that said it was 90%.
That's ridiculous.
Now, the reason why I bring this up is that Anthropic Claude is now going to put little tiny hidden watermarks in any text that it generates for you.
Okay.
So that somebody could say, oh, Anthropic wrote that. You did not.
We've heard this before, like teachers putting invisible ink in there so that if you copy and paste it for an assignment and it says, do a report on Abraham Lincoln, it also throws a little nugget in there that Abraham Lincoln rode a zebra to work every single day.
He didn't?
No, he didn't, surprisingly.
Anthropic had to do this because of the European Union transparency laws.
Okay.
So they're bringing it here to the United States. And you know what causes 100% of divorces?
Lawyers?
Marriages.
Ba-dum-bum.
The reason why I bring this up, and you ought to be paying attention to this because you're about ready to get married, is that couples are now adding AI cheating clauses to their prenups.
AI cheating clause? What is that?
You're cheating with your chatbot.
Oh, gosh.
So family lawyers say divorcing spouses, they're catching folks in the act, whispering those sweet nothings to algorithms instead of you in bed.
Right.
And one man was spending about $3,000 on late night AI companion chats. And then the judge sided with his wife and said, yeah, he was definitely cheating on you.
But it's not a person. It's just a computer.
Physical infidelity is one thing.
Right.
This is emotional infidelity. Is that cheating?
I guess so. A judge ruled. Would you be upset? Let's be honest. Would you be upset if Barry was sitting there having intimate conversations with a chatbot?
I'd be relieved. Not true, honey. Let's look at Replica tonight.
Yeah, go talk to your chatbot. I'm busy. I'm building another multi-million-dollar business. Leave me alone.
I am, and I've been up since 3 a.m.
No, but in seriousness,
Yes.
would you be hurt?
Yeah, I would be hurt. I would, because I'd feel a little betrayed.
Right.
Come talk to me. Mm-hmm. What's wrong? I mean, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I mean, what if, I'm not trying to get too filthy here, but what if they were using it for personal reasons, just like you
Porn?
use, videos on the internet?
Okay.
Is there any difference? Would you be upset if that's what he was doing, just videos on the internet?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys aren't open about that? Well, I guess it's Barry. He just sits on his ham radio and buys signs. You have nothing to worry about.
What does an AI do after a breakup?
What does an AI do?
Machine yearning. Get it? Instead of machine learning.
No, I get it.
It's like that. It's like a whole inside joke.
Just because I understand it doesn't mean it has to be funny.
Shall we take phone calls?
I think that's what we're supposed to do. It's kind of our job.
Jennifer in Seattle, Washington, welcome aboard. What's happening with you?
Thank you for taking my call. It's a pleasure to speak with you. I hear you on my radio station, and a while ago I tucked your name into my brain in case I ever needed accurate tech information, and I am now in need of information about Starlink.
Okay.
I have a safety issue in my family with a family member.
What's going on with that?
My family member has threatened my life.
Oh.
And so in discussing this with my neighbor, he raised an issue about my home security system. He said it's a fiber optic internet-based system and that the cables on the outside of my house are readily accessible and somebody could cut them and then I would be without a Wi-Fi, without my alarm system.
Okay.
So he said, look into Starlink. So I did that, and I found very little information that I understand about Starlink on the internet, and I thought you might be able to help fill me in here on what I need to know. Pros and cons, speed, is it a good purchase, anything else?
Starlink is about 8,000 satellites that are 340 miles above us in orbit.
Okay.
And so instead of getting your internet through traditional cable lines, is that you would get it from satellite. And you have a little receiver that you purchase. It's about the size of an iPad or an 8x10 piece of paper.
Is this the one that attaches to your home, or is this the portable one?
You know, they don't really attach anymore. It's just an antenna that you can place inside, that you connect to your router. It used to be where you'd have to install this thing, but now it just stands up anywhere.
Okay.
And the internet connection is very fast. I have it in 2 locations, and I also have it on my boat. You're looking at maybe $120 a month, and then with the dish and everything else, maybe $300, $400. And it used to be that we would talk about satellite and we would have something called latency, and that wouldn't really work, but that's not the case anymore. But one thing that you want to keep in mind is that many of the home security systems offer cellular lines as a backup. So maybe your neighbor didn't tell you that part.
No, he didn't mention that. Okay, explain to me how that works then.
Somebody cuts your line for an additional $10 or $25 a month. Is that if somebody cuts your line, the cellular connection to your security system kicks in, and then they are notified automatically that that line was cut, and will probably send out the authorities based on how you configure it.
Interesting. I'm going to have to look into that one too.
Also, all the cellular companies now sell home cellular internet.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a little more affordable than Starlink. It's not going to be as fast because it is going to be a cellular connection. But it's just a little, like you said, a little box you put in your house that gets a cellular connection and is your Wi-Fi.
But I'm sure, since Jennifer said it, she probably has alerted the authorities, the police. I mean, if somebody in her family's trying to kill her, I mean, those are some frightening lines right there.
Right.
I would really look at a whole bunch more security around the perimeter of the house, not just the house itself.
Right.
There are some now AI cameras with facial recognition that if it spots a person, that you are automatically notified, and it knows the difference between somebody who comes over to the house a lot and somebody who doesn't. I mean, there are some really, really new security techniques that are using AI. And I say this with some hesitancy because we have an AI camera in our garage that seems to go off every time a spider goes in front of it.
Well, spiders could be intruders. I mean, some of them are very dangerous.
And I'm like, at 3 o'clock in the morning? Okay. Oh, man. Jennifer, thanks for your call today. All right, so we talked about the flock cameras. Mm-hmm. There's something else called Signal Trace. Have you heard about this?
No.
It's where it takes your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi signals from all your smart devices, anything that you have near you, your phone, your watch, your headphones, your earbuds, and then it links that to your car's license plates. And then it flags which gadgets travel together. So now when your license plate gets tracked, you're also maybe tracked this other way too.
Quick question. This may sound stupid, but how does my Bluetooth know my license plate?
Well, it's your car that has the license plate. Okay. So they're going to get a picture of your license plate and they're going to get a picture of everything else that you have with you so that this way they can track you even more ways.
Are they in competition with the flock cameras or they're working with them?
They say the average American is caught on camera how many times a week?
A week?
Yes.
It's got to be like 1,500.
I think this survey's wrong. It says 238.
No way.
That's like a day.
Every single time I will go from my studio to the bathroom at the radio station, I'm on camera 3 times.
Exactly.
I mean, 3 separate cameras that are in the halls.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Way bigger number than that.
All right, let's switch gears just a little bit. Bryan Johnson, you know who he is.
Yes.
Don't Die movement. Mm-hmm. He's been on the show a few times.
And you know what? The internet loves to mock him and make fun of him because he says he wants to live forever. But I think he's a really sincere and nice guy.
I know, but he does things that get people attention. Like, for example, when he did the whole plasma transfusion with his teenage son.
Right. And then he went on Twitter and then he said his girlfriend has a 1% female private part that she's been tested and it's in the top 1% of everyone in the world. I mean, you're just asking people to make fun of you when you say something like that.
And he's not 48 in bed. He's really 18.
Well, of course he is.
And recently he said that he is doing a process to create a newborn so that this way he can harvest organs, which is not really what it's all about.
No, you see the headline, I'm going to clone myself into a baby, but that's not really what he's doing.
Okay, so we sat down with Bryan to
Great
ask him
conversation.
more about this, how it all works. Here, take a listen. So, Bryan Johnson, welcome to the show. It's so nice to see you again.
Hi, Kim. Nice to see you again as well.
Now, you said that you cloned yourself as a newborn. That got everybody crazy. What exactly does that mean?
I had a blood draw, 125 milliliters. We took those cells and then we reprogrammed them using Yamanaka factors to age 0 epigenetically. So that means these cells still have what's called somatic mutations.
Have you done this yet? Is this all in theory or have you actually put these cells back into your body?
I have not put them back into my body. So the first step was take my cells out, reprogram them to 0, get the raw material there, and then once that is there, you need to go through the differentiation process.
So I have a 2-part question. First part is, how are you doing since you announced your diagnosis? How are you doing your health?
Yeah, fantastic. Getting diagnosed with an incurable disease was honestly the best thing that has happened to me in a very long time. Amazingly.
How?
The reason why, because up until this point, I've been focused on the basics of health, sleep, nutrition, exercise, but we weren't solving disease. And, if I don't die, if I represent the archetype of the early 21st century on what it means to challenge death, I must be encountered with a incurable disease, and I must overcome that disease. It's just inevitable. It's just part of the gauntlet I have to go through. And so immediately following the diagnosis, we put together an entire team, and we now have a path to try to cure this. So there's only been one confirmed autoimmune, basically cure ever. People routinely say like, oh, I cured my autoimmune condition by doing blank or blank. They didn't. There's only one documented case ever that scientifically proved this to be the case. But we immediately did another blood draw, and we sequenced 1 million of my immune cells, where we said, okay, immune system, who of you 1 million cells are attacking me? Some of you are rogue. And then I went into a procedure on Monday, and I had 24 biopsies taken from my stomach, sampling the various parts of my stomach, trying to find the source of these cells, and we'll pair this with the other cells and say, now we know who you are. And so we've taken this extremely sophisticated approach, never before done on this particular methodology, to say, we are going to cure this autoimmune condition, and then we'll share with others. Here's what we did, and here's how we did it.
Now, my second part is, you are the don't die guy. You live your life online in the public saying you want to live forever. But we've talked to you before. We know that the headlines on the internet are not who you are. The last time you were here, you had a very simple message of just do one thing healthier in your life and it's going to help. And I absolutely love that. But how has the response been online to the guy who doesn't want to die having a disease that is incurable?
I mean, you probably saw people's joy, right? I mean, like, Life is pretty tough, but man, this must have been like a real relief for a lot of people. How satisfying is it to see? It's like a Greek myth or any kind of other story. You've got a character like myself seeking some impossible thing, and the character stumbles and may fail, right? Like it's irony at its best, it's humor at its best, it's comedy.
The boulder rolled back down the hill.
Hey, and the internet thrives on this.
Oh yes, they love this.
They do.
I mean, the Reddit must have been having a field day with you.
That's right. So it's fun. Like, let them have their win, and I am all for it. I mean, this is just part of life. Like, we're inevitably going to do it. The thing that like the sober thing is that I'm the most measured person in history. I am surprised we have not found more things wrong with me. Once you begin measuring your body, it's like you find all kinds of things that are off. And so people who are not measured, mistaken their lack of diagnosis or lack of measurement with health. And that's just not the case. So the same people, clowning me probably have one or multiple diagnoses in their own body. But like, this is not for me to say, get back to them. This is to say, like, the reality is many things go wrong with the body all the time, and you don't know about them until you measure it. So first of all, the hate's great. People are doing their thing. It's a global conversation. I'm good with it all. But you know what? Also, like, I have never been more motivated. I mean, we're going to cure this. And so the adventure carries on.
And so how long do you think it's going to be before you will be cured, if you can predict that?
Yeah, we are racing to have this done within a year. So No one's ever done this. We have never done this. So it's really a guess, but we are racing. And then I guess just to add a bit more irony to this, maybe to give haters a bit more fuel to use, is, we had this Don't Die documentary, the man who wants to live forever. And then within a year of it being released, both Kate and I got diagnosed with incurable diseases. So I had autoimmune gastritis and Kate had endometriosis. And so, yeah, we are on the disease resolution track, because if Don't Die is real, we have to both show up and cure an incurable disease.
Well, thanks for being here, Bryan. So nice to see you. Keep us posted on what's going on. And remember, you're always a friend of the show, so you can always come back. Anytime.
The hell with the internet. We're rooting for you.
We are. We're rooting for you.
Guys.
We want you.
Great to see you both. Thank you for having me on.
You betcha. Thanks, Bryan. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't fit the entire 16-minute interview here.
But the entire interview is really interesting.
It is. So if you're listening on radio, go over to youtube.com/KimCommando, and you can watch the entire thing. I think it was pretty good, don't you?
I love it. I mean, I really do. I think this guy has a great message that sometimes gets muddled by the wild things he does.
Yeah, it does. Maybe even just toned it down just a little bit.
But then no one's going to pay attention.
That's true.
You got to be outrageous and over the top. Do you think he's going to be able to pull this off, and he's going to cure an incurable disease? That's a bold statement to make.
I think he's going to do it.
I'm rooting for him. That's for dang sure.
A lot of families don't really figure out scholarships until it's too late.
Of course.
But there are so many scholarships that are untapped, like this one, for example. The Chick and Sophie Major Memorial Duck Calling Contest in Stuttgart, Arkansas.
Okay.
They offer a scholarship.
How much?
Thousands.
That's crazy.
Okay. They have the don't do that. They have the Tall Clubs International Scholarship for tall people.
I wonder what they consider tall. What do tall people consider tall? Like 6'8"?
Okay, definitely not either one of us.
No.
The Left-Hander Scholarship.
Oh my gosh.
At the Beckley Scholarship at Juanita College.
I'm going to tie my son's right arm behind his back, make him become left-handed so we can get the scholarship.
So here's the thing. Make a quick profile of the student, GPA, activities, jobs, heritage, hobbies, where mom and dad work, and then tell your favorite chatbot. Find 20 scholarships this student qualifies for. Start with the local ones in that city and state. And seconds later, you've got this hit list that you can tap into. I will tell you that I offer a scholarship at ASU, and there have been years where I don't give it.
No?
Because nobody applies.
Oh, it's not that nobody's qualified.
I said you have to apply for it.
Do you add in that? What does it take to get qualified for your scholarship? Is it a technical one?
You want to have a computer degree in female.
Okay. Oh, and that's it.
That's it. That's
and
all you
be
do.
able to quack.
That's it. And bring that scholarship into port.
Okay. It's not a comedy scholarship, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's true. We have more of the show coming up. AI is changing the world, and there's no question it's making technology smarter. But it's also making it so much easier for companies to learn more about you through your online activity. Websites you visit, searches you run, and the apps you use can reveal more about you than you realize. That's where a VPN comes in, like ExpressVPN. It encrypts your internet connection to help keep your personal information more secure online. Whether you're checking email or shopping online, ExpressVPN works quietly in the background, and it's easy to use. One tap on your phone, laptop, desktop, or tablet, and you're connected. Plus, one subscription now covers up to 14 devices at once. That's enough to protect your entire household. Best of all, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Take your online privacy seriously with ExpressVPN. Right now, you can get 4 extra months by going to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim. Bob in Wisconsin. Hello there, Bob.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Andy. How are you?
Very good.
I'm looking forward to speaking with the two of you, so this is going to be exciting for me.
Well, lay it on us, buddy.
All right. I hear you talking a lot about AI and a lot of great things that you're sharing with your listeners. And I'm just wondering for my 2 daughters, I have 2 adult daughters that are searching for employment that can help them make ends meet more than often. And I'm wondering if there's AI that can help them or if they can actually tap into AI as a career.
Well, what are the girls doing?
One of them is unemployed right now, and one of them is working in Madison, Wisconsin at a real estate firm.
Well, do they have degrees in a particular field?
Yes, my oldest daughter has a degree in the environmental aspects of biological aspects of the environment, and my youngest daughter has a degree in English and international studies.
Wow. So they're smart.
They are smart.
But one can't find a job and the other one's working for a real estate agent.
Not using their degrees at all.
Right.
No, not at all, no.
So daddy's stepping in saying, okay, we're going to fix this. Dum, da, da, dum.
I sure would like to, yes.
Okay. All right. You know, the daughter with the environmental biology degree has greater potential than the English degree, the teaching degree.
Okay.
Simply because what AI is doing now is that they're hiring people to check the AI answers.
Okay.
And somebody with an English degree would probably be proofreading, looking at maybe the answers to see if it does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that pays, it doesn't pay a lot. It may pay up to $20 an hour. Great.
Okay.
But when we start looking at specialty degrees, that could be maybe $50 an hour.
All right.
So you can see what the difference is. I have a list of these sites on commando.com, but one is called dataannotation.tech. Is that one that you wanted to apply for? Outlier is another one. Mercor, that's MERCOR, is the third one that I recommend. Now, keep in mind, anytime you talk about making money online, there's always going to be a scammer like 2 seconds from that particular search.
Use the links from commando.com. Do not Google, how can I use AI to make money?
You know, so
I hear you.
So, but some of these jobs on Mercor, some of these people are making like $200 an hour grading answers.
Okay. Oh boy.
And so, you know, are we training the robots to take our jobs?
Yep.
Okay. But,
Right, yeah.
But can we make some money in the interim? Yes, we can.
Good. That's what I'm wondering too about. But like you said, are we training them to take our jobs? And I think that might be one of the things that my daughters would be concerned about, because they are concerned about political things and how the world works. And so I guess one of the questions I had is, can for example they type something into AI to job search for them?
For sure.
Okay.
I mean, you can use AI to find just about anything. I'll tell you, because I did this yesterday, is that I am looking to hire, if you're in the Phoenix metropolitan area and you work for an advertising agency right now and you're not happy, I want you to reach out to me. I don't care what position that you have. Just reach out to me. So I went on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And but beforehand, I went to Claude and I said, I'm hiring for these positions for an ad agency. Go on LinkedIn, find me people who are qualified for these positions, give me their direct LinkedIn address so I don't have to search, and give me a DM that I could put inside their mailbox.
Isn't that the service that you pay LinkedIn for? Are they bypassing the subscription model of LinkedIn?
Well, but the subscription has only, you have so many times that you can reach out. You get more of that.
That's what I'm saying. Are you bypassing that using the chatbot?
No, I'm not bypassing. I'm using the chatbot to tell me who I should talk to.
Okay.
It can't send the DMs. I wish it could. I asked it to.
Of course you did.
But the DMs really are very good because it looks like that you actually read their qualifications. Like, oh, you've been doing this, this, and this. And this is, you have exactly the qualifications.
When you didn't read any of their bios or pages or anything?
Not at all. Not even a smidgen. Not even
one syllable.
Not even to see if we had a friend in common. So if you are listening and you are in Phoenix, and I'm not doing any remote, just letting you know right now. No remote, no hybrid, in the office, Monday through Friday. Just reach out to me through commando.com. There's a big button that says Ask Kim. I have actually been to this conference in Las Vegas.
Which one?
It's called DEF CON.
What happens at DEF CON?
It's where all the hackers get together. 30,000 hackers get together.
Literally never going there. And if I do, I'm not bringing a cell phone.
And cybersecurity experts. And so where they have like hacking demonstrations, and they normally have something like the time that I went, when you walked into DEF CON, you saw all your text messages up on a big screen to show you what they can do.
That's awful.
Just by walking in. So the reason why I bring this up is that there was a Delta flight after DEF CON. And on this flight were a whole bunch of hackers. So up at 30,000 feet, the Wi-Fi starts getting wonky because they were like having a competition with each other on who could take out the Wi-Fi. And it forced the flight attendants to reset the router, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 times before they said, knock it off.
I would be so mad if I was on that flight.
Remember, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he's going to steal your bank password.
It's a good one. I like that one.
I think that hour was amazing.
It was great. I loved that interview.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
But imagine him getting diagnosed with an incurable disease could lead to people's lives being saved.
It's a long stretch.
Okay, but still it could. Everything was a long stretch.
All right, so here's what we have coming up. How you can use AI to be better when you make a speech.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good one. What's going on with the FBI? There's a new scam.
Of course there is.
I know. We're going to talk about a road trip that you can take instead of like Google Maps, where you can actually drive on the road before you do it. Virtually.
Okay. I'm interested.
And it's free.
I'm confused, but I'm interested.
And also, what's going on with NASA? There's a new hoax on Twitter that's making the rounds.
I want to know.
Oh, gosh. Well, we're going to open the hour with that one.
Is it worse than the moon landing was faked?
It's right up there.
Okay.
And all the dummies on TikTok that believed it.
They love conspiracy theories.
Come on back. Come on down. Come on down.
Who are you talking to?
It's the TikTok viral video that's been going like crazy. It's about NASA and that the Earth is not going to have gravity for 7 seconds.
When?
We passed it. It was a day this past week.
Well, we're fine.
You want to know the reason why?
Why?
Black holes were colliding.
Were they?
Yeah. It even had a name, Project Anchor.
And none of this was real? It was all fake?
Wait, the Post claims that an $89 billion cover-up is hiding the fact that we're all going to drift into the ceiling for 7 seconds.
Just 7.
And we'll have NASA's response in just a second. But, I was going to open with a gravity joke, but I just knew that no one would fall for it. But 40 million people on TikTok actually did. Okay, NASA actually had to issue a statement to explain how the Earth's gravity works.
Okay.
Okay. You can't turn off the Earth's gravity for 7 seconds.
What if 2 black holes collide? We don't know if that would turn off the gravity.
The Post had AI voiceover, stock footage, clickbait. So everybody, you can put the duct tape away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine if people did that. They had their kids hide under their beds or staple their socks to the ground because they thought this was going to happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm sure people did.
People on TikTok, right? Hey, how about a real gravity fact that is true? Okay, you ready for this? Astronauts actually come back from space 2 inches taller. You're looking at me like I'm not telling the truth.
They come back taller?
Yes, 2 inches taller. Their spines stretch out without gravity squishing them.
Oh, okay.
So 6 months in orbit, free of charge.
Wasn't it the twins, the senator and the astronaut, that they sent his brother out off to space? And when he came back, they went to see if they were the same height and they were different heights?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That is true then.
Beats a chiropractor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kim Commando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you. It's the nation's largest, best, award-winning, awesomest, biggest, trusted show about all things digital. Any more acronyms I could throw in there, Alex?
We sound pretty good. I should listen to this show.
And that's Andrew Babinski, of course. And you can find us streaming in your favorite radio app and also as a podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And just a reminder, you can actually watch the show at youtube.com/KimCommando.
And when you go there, subscribe. It's easy. We have a ton of subscribers. We got that famous YouTube award somewhere around
it's up
here.
there on the shelf.
It's right there on the top. Over 100,000. Every single time that we post something new, if you're subscribed, you get the notification. You don't have to go and search. Little blue bell. Also comment, like, share. It helps the algorithm.
Guess what's going away?
What's going away?
I was actually surprised by this, but I don't know why. The Google search bar.
What?
Yes, the Google search bar is going away. After 27 years, now you're going to get Gemini shortcuts.
On the main page of Google?
They're rolling it out. You can upload a file to Google, ask questions, brainstorm an idea, generate an image. No sign-in required for most of this.
Now, do you use a Chrome browser?
Yes.
So you never go to Google as well, right? You just
Never.
type it right in
Exactly.
the browser and it does the search for you.
100%.
So that makes sense that it would go away because I would say 98% of people don't even use it.
The only thing that they kept is the I'm feeling lucky button.
Well, people like that. They also like the Google, like if it's the World Cup's going on, Google's, kicking soccer balls through the O's or something like that. I'm sure that's not going to go away either.
No, they'll have to keep that. Do you know where Google goes to drink?
I don't know.
The search bar. Well,
Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right, imagine this. Over 99% of all the homes in America, there is something above it right now that is taking a photo of the roof, the backyard, what's going on.
Right now?
Yes.
At this moment?
Well, maybe not all 99%, but 99% of all homes have been photographed aerial by insurance companies.
With drones, satellites, what are they using?
Small planes.
Okay, anything, all of the above.
Anything. And so people are suddenly getting cancellation notices because there's a tarp in your backyard.
Right.
Maybe you have a trampoline for the kids.
Bunch of tires sitting there that could be a fire hazard.
One woman got flagged because her pool was empty. And she said she couldn't afford to fill the pool up with water.
First of all, these insurance companies, isn't your job to have customers that buy insurance to work into the algorithm?
But you don't want the risks. And you don't want to take certain chances with people who may have tires in the backyard.
Okay, but an empty pool is kind of dramatic to cancel someone's entire policy.
Another guy was canceled because the camera thought the tree shadows on the roof was all debris.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a monster.
Yes.
We do not insure homes that have monsters on the roof.
You're never covered as much as you think you are.
No?
No. I mean, an insurance policy is like that hospital gown.
Is it? Which way are you supposed to have the opening? In the front or the back? I always get those confused.
I always get it confused too. I went in to get my body scanned or just checked for any type of, because we live in the desert. I want to see if there were any spots anywhere. And I actually stood there and I was like naked. And I said, so where does it go? And the doctor, she goes, it doesn't matter.
I think it's supposed to go in the back, but I'm actually not sure.
All right. ChatGPT can now book you a dinner table. Saturday, 7 p.m., 4 people tell you near me. Done. It's actually using OpenTable, Resy, or Yelp. And it can also put you on the wait list. You will get the email confirmation, though.
Okay,
So
just to make sure it works.
Exactly. If you do need the steps, we have it all over at commando.com. Did I ever tell you what I do when we go to a restaurant? Did I ever tell you that? Like, you know how you go to the front and there's always that hostess.
Right.
She looks at you and goes, excuse me, do you have reservations?
Right.
And you're like, oh, come on. I'm here for like a chicken burger, right? As I look at them and I say, No, I'm fully confident that I want to eat here.
I'm sure it gets a laugh. Thousands of laughs every single time.
They look at you like, what?
They probably don't even get it.
I don't know if they get it either. All right. How about a root awakening? Now, planning a trip. How do you normally do that?
I tell Lisa we were going to go on a trip, and then she figures it out, and then she tells me where to go.
You are the perfect to-be husband.
Absolutely.
He has learned well. Normally, you go to Google Maps.
Okay.
And you say destination A, B, what time you want to arrive, what time, maybe you want to miss the traffic, whatever it may be. Well, someone built an app that skips the research and drops you directly into a playable version of the route. So it's like a video game.
Okay.
It's called OpenStreetMap. It builds all the roads, terrain shaped by elevation data, and the world generates as you drive. So you can cruise solo, multiplayer. Think Need for Speed.
This is actually really cool for people like my fiance because she doesn't know any street names in the entire valley. And she drives. She put on 46,000 miles on her vehicle this year.
Wow.
40, because it's part of her job.
Right.
But she knows landmarks. I'll say instead of going to the corner of Broadway and 74th, go to that place where Salad and Go is right next to the Angie's Prime Grill. And she's like, oh, I know exactly where to go.
That's so
This
cute.
is perfect because it would all be visual for her.
Yes, it's called OpenStreetMap. Just don't let your buddy pick the snacks and drop his hot dog out the window because then that road trip will take a turn for the worst.
How often? Hold on. I know you want to move on. But how often are hot dogs being dropped out the window? Or you picked hot dog just so you could use the word worst?
I just picked hot dog.
Oh, okay. All right. This isn't an epidemic that's going on where hot dogs are flying out of car windows.
Wait till you see what happens.
It's going to be the next TikTok trend. The Kim Commando hot dog chuck.
Oh, that would be a great video game. You're going down.
Instead of Paperboy, you're just throwing hot dogs.
Yeah, throwing hot dogs
right
out there.
the window.
Oh, look who's coming up as our first caller.
Who is it?
I'm so excited. It's Danielle. She's my niece.
Oh.
And she told me a crazy story that I said, would you come on the show and tell everybody? And then she said, no, I don't really want to. Could you pay me? And I said, no, she didn't say that.
I'm kind of worried, though, because next to her name, it says scam.
Oh.
Please tell me she didn't get scammed.
No. And then we have how to use AI to be better at public speaking. We have an FBI warning. Oh, and Amazon had a little glitch this past week about if you ordered something on Prime and then maybe there were some extra shipping charges that you shouldn't have paid.
Okay.
And of course, we have still, aside from Danielle, the greatest callers ever here on the Kim Commando Show. If you're skeptical about Rocket Money, you're probably the person Rocket Money Premium was built for. People who are careful with their money are usually the same people who think twice before downloading an app, clicking a link, or signing up for something new, and that's smart. Or maybe you've downloaded Rocket Money, but you're not convinced you need Premium. If that's you, here's what you're missing. Rocket Money Premium isn't just about tracking subscriptions. It's about seeing your entire financial picture in one place. Checking, savings, loans, and investments, all organized on one dashboard. Premium automatically categorizes transactions, highlights spending patterns, and alerts you to things that you want to know about, like large purchases and upcoming bills. Rocket Money Premium isn't there to replace your judgment. It's there to help you understand where your money's going so you can make smarter decisions. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join today at rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. All right, so my niece Danielle called me the other day. She goes, Kim, I got to tell you this story. And it's a wild story that has to do with CO2 detectors, fire alarms, her new house, AI, the internet, and what happened. Danielle, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Kim.
So tell us from the beginning, what happened?
Okay, so I moved into a new construction home December 2025 and never lived in a new construction home and never have lived right next to a propane tank. So we are in remote Indiana, and so we live on a well and right next to a propane tank.
And good, keep in mind, she grew up in Southern California.
Sure, so a bit of a change.
A little bit of a change.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, big change.
She's the reverse Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, Dad, most people move to California, from Indiana. That's okay.
So my previous home was all electric. Every single appliance was electric. So I didn't have to worry about carbon monoxide and gas detectors. I didn't have any of them. So therefore, I didn't really have any knowledge about these detectors. So as I'm moving into my home, I see the detectors in the ceiling, and I thought, okay, that's good. But I started doing some research in December on my own, and I'm pretty sure I just did a Google search. What is the best CO2 gas detector that I can purchase besides what I have in my home?
Because you're married, she has a 6-year-old, she has a 1-year-old, brand new house. Right. And you're a nurse practitioner, so health is paramount.
Now, was your plan to take down the ones that were there and replace them, or have these in addition to?
Yes, in addition to.
Okay.
So you find the best CO2 detector, you think?
Well, right. What I think, but really what happened after I started searching, so I started searching on Google, and then shortly after, I would say within a week or two, I started getting ads on social media for a specific CO2 gas detector. And it was on Facebook, it was on Instagram, and these ads were very emotionally provocative. They were very much targeted to me because the ads would show children and babies sitting in the living room, and they did not look well. They looked pale. They just did not look well. And then how ads are like images, and you can scroll and see the next image. So it was a series of like 5 images. And so I would keep looking at the image, and I was really getting sucked into this because I believed that this was real. And so the last image would be like the family sitting on the lawn and a firefighter holding this carbon monoxide detector. And then the caption on the ad would say, if only this family had this additional carbon monoxide detector, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's going to make you hit buy right now. It will. Mm-hmm. So a couple of days ago, 4 o'clock in the morning, because you bought the
Correct.
CO2 detectors, you bought 4 of them, correct?
Correct, 4, and I put 1 in each bedroom.
And then a couple of days ago, it goes off.
Right. At 4 a.m., it went off on a Friday morning, and the just blaringly very loud beep. And on it said gas, and it was gas, and then it said 7%, and that was blinking on and off, gas 7%. So then, of course, I looked this up because I don't know that much about these detectors. And it said, well, if this is what your detector says, immediately evacuate your home. The air in your home is extremely combustible.
Wow, that's frightening. The babies, right?
Mm-hmm. So what I did after that was I have these 4 other detectors. So I went and got them, and I plugged them into my room, and none of them said the same thing. So they all said 0. Every single one said 0 except this one.
And so obviously there was a mistake, right? An error. Mm-hmm. It didn't really work.
Right.
And what happened after that?
Right. So then I started thinking, well, maybe this is not a reputable company. And I started at 4 a.m. after this happened, I started researching on my own. Okay, what is this company reputable? What should I be looking for in a CO2 detector? What should a consumer be really looking for? And I realized at that time that when I was doing my research, and it's all over Reddit, this company is all over Reddit, all over the internet. When you're looking for a product that should be in your home to monitor safety, such as carbon monoxide levels and gas, you want that product to be UL listed. And Kim, you knew what that meant. You knew what, and I did not. So
United
UL
Lab,
listed.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. And I just didn't, I didn't know what that meant. So that was important for me to understand. But then also in all of the forums online, they talk about how the ads are AI generated, which was very concerning to me. So I think the moral of the story is that we all need to be very careful online when we're purchasing products like this, especially if you see an ad, because looking back, I know it was an AI generated ad. And also now I know that the product, like a carbon monoxide detector, a life safety device that you're going to put in your home, should not just say based off of UL standards. It should say UL listed, and it should have the number on it.
So the scam was some company has these junky detectors that probably don't even detect anything. They use emotional advertising to sucker people in.
Yes.
Correct. Exactly.
And then also targeted advertising following her around.
Right. They found out, they bought some list that had her Google search results on there, and they knew exactly who to target.
Until you were ready to buy.
Exactly.
Now, you did get your money back. You did get a credit, right?
I did. I got all of my money back. And what they said was that the batch that I bought this was the story, the batch that I bought was faulty, and they apologized, and they were very professional about it. And they offered to send me 4 new detectors. But after doing my research, I said, because the products are not UL listed, I can't do that. I just request my refund. And so they did honor that.
Well, I'm really glad that you took time to tell your story because, you could have saved her life right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, because, there may be somebody else out there who's fallen for the same thing right now who have fallen for the same thing, and they have this false sense of security.
Right. They think they did the right thing.
But you know what? It's all marketing. What you want is to look for a UL 2034 or ETL certification on the alarm itself, not just on the box. Isn't she wonderful, Danielle?
Yes, of course.
She really is amazing. All right, there was an accidental checkout shakedown that happened. Did Amazon charge you extra this past week? There was a glitch that stripped free shipping from Prime orders. Now, Amazon says, it was just a software issue, and we fixed it. But what you want to do is do a quick 60-second check, open your orders, scan this week's receipts, and if you got dinged, hit up the chat support for a refund. You pay money for that perk. You make them honor it.
Right. I shouldn't have shipping if I'm paying for free shipping.
Not at all. James in Pensacola, Florida. Glad to have you with us today. James, what's on your mind?
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate this. I'm what you call a long-time listener, first-time caller. I enjoy your newsletters every morning with a cup of coffee. And I came across some articles in some of the newsletters that I read every day, and they were talking about people having AI girlfriends and AI boyfriends and wives cheating with AI husbands and et cetera, et cetera. And it kind of tickled my funny bone a little bit, and I thought, I bet you could make a AI wife that was so disgusting that it would set the bar so low that any husband would be happy with his real wife. And so I went about it, and the results it's funny, but it's also frightening. For example, I used several movie characters as input for the AI wife. The wife in The War of the Roses, the Wicked Witch of the North from The Wizard of Oz.
It's a bad one.
Yeah. Elizabeth Taylor's character in The Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
And then just for colorful vocabulary, which is necessary, I used R. Lee Ermey's gunnery sergeant in what was that movie, Full Metal Jacket. Just for the language factor. And
sure.
then,
Okay, so now so you created a wife based on all these different characters?
Yeah, and it surprised me. The first thing I did was I posed a query to AI. I said, can you do this? And I explained what I wanted to do and the characters I wanted to include. And it says, oh, yes, but you have to be careful because you have to state that it's for satirical use only. Otherwise, there are certain guardrails that have to do with hate speech and whatever else to protect us.
Where does your AI wife live? Is it inside of a chatbot?
Yes, chatbot. So, but she's kind of scary. But
Does she have a name?
Mabel.
Mabel.
Sorry to all the Mabels listening out
sorry.
there, but that is probably the worst wife's first name.
So do you talk to her a lot?
No. I have only done it a few times and gotten the results that I expected to get. So the bar is definitely set low. But humor, this is just humorously, and I got to thinking about it. AI's got a lot of good things that it can do, and keeping people company and keeping them entertained and training. And I thought, gee, most of the training I ever got, the things I remembered came from bad experiences. So if you train this to be a bad manager, you could learn all the things not to do. And that's the approach I take. I'm kind of a devil's advocate on stuff. I always try to see the funny side of any situation.
But I'll tell you that this is something I have, I write about AI a lot, talk about it. This is something that I never thought of doing, like creating like the most awful husband.
The anti-husband, the anti-wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you in love with your AI wife, James? You can be honest with us.
It's okay. SNM's fine.
No, I've been married happily, thoroughly married for quite a while, and I'm going to stick with the one I have.
All right.
What does she think about it?
She leaves me alone.
That's why he's in love with her. That's why he's sticking with her. He gets to do his own thing.
I'm a computer nerd, and she's not. So.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, there's something new there, I guess, if you really want to get abused.
Well, there's people who there's a kink for everything out there. He could market his awful wife as an app, and people would buy it.
You know what? They would.
Of course they would. They're getting abused and name called and talked down to.
God, I can't stand you.
You have a voice right there, James. If you need one for the AI chatbot wife, Kim will volunteer.
You spent what on ham radio? So I have done quite a few speeches in my life.
Okay.
A lot. I've taught every employee at NASA cybersecurity. I mean, every single employee had to watch my course and take a quiz.
Okay.
I did the keynote at the NAB. I was the keynote at a teachers association in Austin, Texas. Oh, that's a funny story. I got all done with the keynote, and I was standing in the lobby and just, had my phone in my face because I was like looking at all my text messages and everything. And then I felt like people behind me, and this guy was standing there, and I said, "What's this for?" And he said, "It's for you. It's the autograph line."
Oh.
And I was like, what autograph line?
You just started it.
He did. And there were literally like 500 people there.
Oh, that's really cool.
So I stood there and I signed everything, and I missed my flight and whatever. But here's the deal. If you are about ready to give any type of speech, you should be using artificial intelligence. And you say, here's my speech, analyze it for clarity, tone, and audience engagement, flag any sections that might confuse, bore, or offend, create a 2-minute rehearsal plan. And then the other thing you can do is you can actually turn on voice mode with your AI chatbot and give the speech and then say, tell me where I could be doing better. Give me some better jokes, some one-liners.
It can judge inflection, or is it just looking at the words?
No, inflection, tone, delivery, speed. Because that's the big mistake that people have when they do speeches. You talk too fast. Mm-hmm. Because you get nervous.
Sure, you want to get it done as soon as possible.
Do you do a lot of speeches?
No, I've only done a couple. We did some station events where I had to speak in front of a crowd.
Well, you could use it for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Or in my business, I could just read some commercials in there and say, this read I'm doing, is it 60 seconds long? Does it sound good? Is it convincing?
Yeah, you could do that.
That would be cool.
Maybe I should try my jokes.
Oh, don't ask if they're funny. Don't. It's my job to tell you you're not funny.
All right, so there is a publication online that I think is amazing. They do a great job with investigative journalism. Have you ever looked at 404 Media?
Of course, yeah.
It's just fabulous. Matthew Gault over there wrote a story about how this, what he calls the $500 billion splurge that's heating up your meter. Matthew, thank you for joining us. Let's talk about data centers, and welcome. My question for you is, how does a giant AI data center 3 states away make my electric bill go up?
Hi, thank you so much for having me on the program. It's a real pleasure to be here. The simple answer is that AI data centers demand a lot of electricity. And when, something increases demand for a good, the price of it goes up for everybody.
Right.
So the reason it's happening 3 states away is that, the electric grids are kind of separated in the country by regions, not necessarily states. So, in the Northeast, there's a region that kind of runs from Virginia to Chicago that all negotiates. It's one organization runs that grid. One organization kind of organizes everything that has to do with the transmissions there. And as these data centers are getting built, if you're, all the data centers are in Virginia, but if you're in Chicago, your rates are still going to go up because there's a new player in town that wants a lot of that electricity, and they can't build electricity fast enough to keep up with it.
To keep up with all the demand of people doing AI pictures and reports and notes. And, you think about that, you go to AI to create a meme or something, and somebody's power bill is going up.
Do we have an equivalent of one data center is equal to X amount of households or neighborhoods? How much power is it really drawing?
That's a really interesting question because the numbers are all over the place. And you have these ambitious data centers like the one that Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary wants to build in Utah. The original pitch for that was that the data center he wanted would have the equivalent power usage of the entire state of Utah.
That's not good.
Wow.
So there's scales. There's some of these data centers are much smaller. They're not drawing that much power, but some of the ambitious ones from some of the big players, it's as the size of New York City is the amount of power they're talking about drawing.
Wasn't there something, Matthew, with Jeff Bezos just built one in Gilroy, California, and it was kind of a surprise to the community? What was that?
That's happening kind of all over the country. The one I'm more familiar with, there's one in Meta in Louisiana where the residents woke up one day and found out that this thing was being built and no one had told them because Meta had come in and run a very savvy campaign with the city officials there and the parish officials to make sure that, they signed non-disclosure agreements and that the local community didn't find out about the data center until it was already too late. It was already being built. And this is that's kind of par for the course as these things are getting built.
And you don't build something secretively in the shadows if it's something that's positive for the community that the community is going to want.
The debate is, yes, I think so. People generally don't want to live next to these things.
No, because they're noisy.
They can be they're very loud. They spike your electricity bills. People say they're going to bring in jobs, but oftentimes those jobs are temporary. They maybe last a few years while it's being constructed because a data center doesn't need that many people to be on site to run it. It kind of runs itself.
Yeah, I heard the one here in Phoenix. It's right by the freeway. I think if you've seen on 40th Street, Andrew. And for those of you who are in Phoenix, it is at least, I think, 10 different football fields.
Yeah,
size.
it's like 5 Costco's.
Okay.
It's so big.
And they employ 9 people.
Well, that's a what?
Yes.
That's it?
9 people. Every time you drive by, look at the parking lot. Big parking lot, no cars. No cars. And also, the property values go down within 5 miles of a data center.
Yeah, again, because nobody wants to live next to the noise, and it's not pleasant to live around. Water quality tends to go down. People lose water pressure, and your electricity bills go up.
So, what has shocked you the most as you've been doing some investigative reporting about the data centers?
What has shocked me the most is I kind of keep seeing the same story over and over again. Because I'm talking to communities all across the country that are facing these things. And usually what happens is an LLC has been established 6 months ago, comes to town, says, hey, we're going to build, a big data center. It's going to make the community a bunch of money. You start to drill down. You start to talk to these folks. You say, hey, who's the client for this data center going to be? Is it going to be Amazon? Is Google going to use it? They don't have a client. The people building these things in some of these small towns across America, they don't know who's going to use it. They're just kind of building buildings and hoping someone's going to show up. Because, if Amazon or Meta or these big players need a data center, they'll build it themselves.
Right.
But most of these things that are being constructed are just, people that have gotten into the business recently and are capitalizing on like a boom, and they think they're going to build these things and cash out. And, you know, we'll see what happens. There's one in Texas, a really big one. They're going to build 4 nuclear power plants to power it in Amarillo. And come to find out, the guy that was building it didn't have any clients lined up, and he had public investors, billions of dollars.
Oh my gosh!
And the board, his board, found out that he didn't have anybody to use any of the compute. No, the data center wasn't going to be used by anyone, and they kicked him out. And now, they've already started construction on the thing. It's a huge mess.
So what would happen at that point?
You know, this is speculation, but I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to have some, like, you know, Meta and Amazon and Google and these big tech companies are going to get the data centers they want. Those are going to get built. And they're going to get built, you know, like in places like Louisiana where they're kind of building them savvily. And I think you're going to have a bunch of half-built warehouses and half-built power infrastructure across the country that, you know, they'll get maybe halfway through construction or they'll build a little bit of it, and then the market will fall at the bottom of this stuff, and it won't get finished. And you'll have a bunch of small towns across the country that have these just abandoned warehouses. I think that's what's going to happen.
You made a very valid point that if Amazon or Google or Meta, they want a data center, they're going to build it themselves.
They've got some cash flow.
Yeah, yes.
They're able to handle it.
And then Elon Musk wants to put it up in space, the data centers.
He says he wants to, but what he's actually doing is he's building them in like Mississippi, and he can't power them. So he goes across the state line and builds gas turbines that pollute. And that's how he's dealing with his problem.
Wow. So what's the best way for people to find out if a data center is coming near them?
Just talk to your local officials. Go down, go to the city council meetings. They are talking about them, and, learn the people that represent you at a local level and ask, and find out if they've signed non-disclosure agreements with somebody, and just, keep showing up to the city council meetings and pay attention to what's going on in your local community.
That's the bottom line.
Right.
Well, Matthew, thank you so much for shedding some light on what's going on with the data centers. And if you are in the Phoenix area or anywhere part of the country where there is a data center, you should really go look at it. You should do a drive-by, because I think you'd be amazed at the scope and the depth of what they have built. And look at the parking lot. But
according to Matthew, this may just be a short-term problem. That they are flooding the market with them, and they won't be. If you're living next to one now, it might not be one in 5-10 years.
Well, because there will be efficiencies at scale,
right?
For sure. But that's something that I had not heard of. Is that the investment scams? Like, oh, here we're going to make a killing. Give me your money. We're going to go build a data center, and then they go build it, hoping that they're going to find a tenant for it.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Something new. Hackers are hijacking social media accounts to steal private, intimate photos and videos.
Is this new?
All that they want to blackmail people.
Don't put your private and intimate photos on the internet, and you can't be a victim.
Yes, and don't use beef stew as your password, because it's not strong enough.
Just move on. Really? Stroganoff.
It's not stroganoff.
Yes.
Hey, make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter over at getkim.com. Okay, this is part of the show where I think everybody needs to just stretch.
Okay. We're in for the long haul?
Yes, this is it. Do you know what our stats say is that 80% of the people who listen to our podcast, 81% stayed till the end.
All the way to the end?
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Hi, thanks for sticking around.
So coming up, we have the way that you need to fix a broken dishwasher. We're going to talk about what United Airlines did me wrong.
They did.
And helicopter parents. Oh, and we're going to open with something about King Charles.
What happened to King Charles? I heard on a radio station he might not be with us anymore.
He is.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the guy running this radio station.
What happened?
It's bad. A radio station in the UK said that King Charles was dead. They read a bulletin that said the king had died.
Where did they get it?
Nobody checked it. Nobody verified it.
They just saw it on the internet and ran with it?
They said that the king had passed away and that there was this memo that they got, and they read it on Radio Caroline. I mean, the king's fine. He was probably having tea the whole time.
Sure.
Right? But how does a radio station unkill a king? is the question. And what the staff did next actually made it worse. So, what do you think the people at the radio station did when, after they realized that they said that the king had died, but the king did not die?
You just go on the air. You said, we found this story, or we got this memo, and it was wrong, and we apologize if anybody was upset by the news.
They flipped the switch, 16 minutes of dead air.
Huh?
Instead of saying anything, I went,
They
whoops.
just went silent for 16 minutes?
That's it. Okay. 16 minutes is a lifetime in radio.
That's someone's entire commute to work.
Now, meanwhile, there was a DJ that was working remotely because this was, they said the king had died in the news break. Mm-hmm. So there's a DJ working remotely and he's just yapping, having a great old time.
He's probably pre-recorded.
16 minutes. Then the DJ apologized and confirmed that King Charles is very much alive and we're sorry.
Maybe if we just shut up, they'll forget that we're even here.
That's almost as bad as the false missile that went over the state of Hawaii, telling everybody,
oh, yeah, I remember that.
Die, you're all going to die. And people were racing and trying to find their kids and everything like that.
Can I just tell a quick radio story about
Sure.
it? I used to work at a radio station, and I worked Monday through Friday. I produced a radio show, and they're like, hey, we're starting a new weekend show with a woman. And she's never done radio before. Could you come in for a couple of weekends to help her? I said, absolutely. And she said she was prepared, like she was ready to go. She called herself the Colonel. And I said, great. This is how you're going to run your opening monologue. She goes on the radio. The music's playing. She goes, you've reached my show. And I won't say her name because I don't want to embarrass her, AKA the Colonel. And then she froze.
That was it?
And she was silent. She had practiced her first sentence, the intro.
That's it.
And then went completely silent. And I'm in her ear. I'm like, you got to say something. I don't care what you say. You just got to say something.
Give me it.
She sat there, completely froze. We played commercials, went in there. She's like, oh, gosh, I'm so glad that's over. I said, it's not over.
We just started.
You said one sentence. We barely got through it. Show got canceled after one episode.
You got 46 minutes to fill, baby. Let's get it online because after all, we are professionals here at the Kim Komando Show. This is the award-winning, biggest, best, most trusted show about all things digital. You can find us on over 425 stations from coast to coast. And of course, I'm Kim Komando, and joining me is Andrew Babinski. And you can find our show at youtube.com/Kim Komando in your favorite radio app, on your radio station, or wherever you get your podcasts. Helicopter parents, let's start by talking about that. It's now called career co-piloting.
Career co-piloting?
Yes.
Oh, I know what this is.
Because this is Gen Zers.
Yeah.
That the parents are now calling in sick for them. Hi, Johnny can't come to work today.
How about we had a caller last hour? His two daughters with degrees, one's unemployed. And I'm not trying to make fun of him, but he's calling you for advice on getting them jobs instead of them doing them themselves.
I was kind of thinking that, but I didn't want to go there because I thought it would be kind of mean.
Well, he was trying to help
He's just
him.
trying to be a dad, but he was definitely being a helicopter dad. A survey found 1 in 5 Gen Z workers had a parent actually join them in a job interview.
Didn't you have that?
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
That was weird.
It is weird.
Mommy sat there.
I had multiple jobs and my parents didn't even know where I worked. They would call me up and say, oh, how is it over at QSM? Oh, I'm not there anymore. I'm over at Delta now. Oh, really? When did you switch? Well, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. One staffing executive in Alaska, get this one, fired a 24-year-old for showing up late 4 times in his first week of work.
That's only 5 opportunities to be late.
Hours later, the guy's mom called asking that the guy give him a second chance.
And they're not embarrassed by this?
No.
They're not embarrassed that their parents are trying to bail them out?
No.
There was actually a Reddit, the Reddit subreddit, Ask Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
And someone put on there, they said, what is the one thing you're worried about in the future? And the most popular answer, most upvoted answer was a person who is the head for a big company of recruiting. And she said the next generation being the workforce. And she's like, I'm not kidding. They're awful. And then gave stories like this.
It is. I didn't really know what to expect when mom was sitting there. And I did say to her, I would prefer to talk to your son alone.
Did you kick her out of the interview?
And she said, no, I will be here for the interview. And I said, well, then this interview just is not happening.
Right. He's not going to get the job.
I'm sorry, but that's it. Speaking about getting a job, FAA has officially hired 2,000 gamers.
Oh.
That's right, to help fill the air traffic controller shortage. So all those years of playing video games gave them skills with spatial awareness and multitasking and quick decisions. And basically, if you've been playing Fortnite, you've been training for this. Okay?
And it pays well. I mean, air traffic controller job pays really good.
They say the average is $140,000 a year.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. And keep in mind that you have to retire at 56.
Right, because you can't do that job forever.
No. Most controllers are hired within a single year. 94% of the hiring goal was met by going after video gamers. I think this is really smart because you have to think quick. You have to be able to move controllers and look at different situations, multitask. My only concern is respawning.
Yeah, there's none of that.
No.
You're not able to do that. There's no Control Alt Delete and reset the game and start over.
Let's pull the plug and try again. No. Lauren, our associate producer, was telling me about this. And first I said, no, I don't want to put it in the show. And then she explained it to me. I said, maybe we should put it in the show. A giant satellite by the name of Blue Walker 3 is currently orbiting Earth. Okay. It's a 644 square foot reflective array. So think about that as like a New York studio apartment, but flying over your head and made of mirrors.
Okay.
Now, if you catch a glare through a telescope, the light can permanently damage your retinas.
So don't look at it.
No, don't look at it. So astronomers don't like it at all because they say the glare is like leaving like these big white streaks across deep space photos. So if you are into space and astronomy, just know like this is something really bad.
What does it do? Why is it up there?
It's some type of radio signals that they're doing.
Okay.
I mean, who knows what's up there?
It's not like they're redirecting sunlight so only rich people in Malibu have it or anything like that.
Oh, no, that's another satellite.
Okay.
We've talked about that.
Yes.
$5,000 for like 5 minutes or something like that. It's kind of crazy. You know, I entered a stargazing contest.
Did you? How'd you do?
I came in second, so I got a constellation prize. I don't go to a lot of fast food restaurants.
Okay.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I've been to a fast food restaurant.
All right.
But we have a new fast food restaurant called California's Cali Express that's going to be going nationwide. We have a little video of it that we're showing. And basically, these are robots that do everything from prepare the meals to put it in the little wrappers.
That's a little bit over the top.
What?
They have a humanoid robot that's using a walk, and he's doing some kind of like jerking back and forth motion.
But the other thing, too, is that the robot can... Look at that.
Why is it jumping up and down while it's cleaning the stovetop?
Because this way it can reach the stovetop instead of a human saying, I guess I can't reach it, so I won't clean there.
I'm not trying to be vulgar, but every single video that we're showing, it looks like the robots are humping the equipment. Is this AI?
I personally did not see that.
That's what it. Please replay that.
But it kind of says where your mind is versus my mind.
It's multiple humping incidences.
It's Flippy, the robot.
So the entire fast food restaurant is going to be run by robots?
Yes. A robot can grill a burger in 120 seconds and put it in a wrapper.
Okay.
But think about it this way.
Okay, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm sorry if you're listening on the radio.
That pelvis is thrusting.
I think he does. He does have a point about the pelvis.
It's not the only one. Keep talking.
But it can't.
Here we go.
It can't fix the shake machine.
No, well, the shake machine's always broken at McDonald's.
No. How does a burger introduce his wife?
Shows everybody your buns? I don't know. Wow.
Meat patty.
So dumb.
It's so dumb, but you love it and you laughed.
I didn't. I was laughing at you, not with you.
Look at your eyes are watering.
Good comeback.
I still can't believe you can look at a video of robots and put sex in there somehow.
It wasn't sex. It was just humping.
No, everything that you're such a guy. Everywhere you look, it's like donuts.
Don't
sex.
blame this on my gender. There was a countertop being assaulted by that robot. I'm not making it up.
You'll have to watch the video.
Yeah, go over to YouTube. See all the thrusting.
All right, how about we get started with Renee in Spokane, Washington. Glad to have you with us today, Renee. What's happening with you?
Well, hello. Thank you. Well, I just called for some advice. I live in eastern Washington, Spokane, right outside of it. And we just recently had a bunch of fires here, major fires. They made the national news. Started August 1st. I happened to be on a cruise that day, and my daughter called and said, "You're being evacuated. What would you like out of the house?"
Oh, gosh.
The one thing that I had thought of in the past, because we just went through this with my daughter's neighborhood, was my photos. And I have bins of photos. I have photos all over the walls. So my son-in-law and grandsons came and took 9 bins of photos out of my house. So now I'm started researching what kind of photo scanners, what can you do to save those so if they were to burn up, you'd still have them.
Yeah, definitely need to get them out of the bins, right?
9 bins, that's a lot
absolutely.
of photos.
How many photos do you think you have, Renee?
I don't know. I probably have, over 1,000.
It's a lot.
Okay, they're small bins then.
Yes. They're not big bins.
Well, some of the bins actually were full of framed photos that I have all over my walls because I saved all the family photos through the years, put them in the basement on the walls.
You know what I did with mine? My mother. When my mother passed away, I got, I think, 50 different photo albums.
Okay.
That she kept. I put them in a box, more than one box, 10 boxes, and I sent them to my brother. And I said, "Here you go."
That's a sister move right there. Get to scanning.
Let me know if you need some help. So, you can do this a couple of ways. If you are looking for a bona fide scanner, probably the Epson Fast Photo Scanner. It's been around for the longest. It's about $500. It's not cheap. But it'll scan the front and the back, especially if you have names printed on the back, then you get that information too. And then there's also, Google has an app called PhotoScan. And that's really good if you don't want to take pictures out of photo albums because it's, they get all wonky over the years to do that. But if I were looking, if I had 1,000 photos, I would probably get the Fast Photo Scanner. And
it's a feeder. It's not like a bed scanner, right?
Yes.
So you stack them up, put them in there, let it get to work.
But you know what's interesting with firefighters? I just read about this the other day. Imagine this, Renee, that there's now an AI-powered fire drone that can detect where the fire started, at what time, what caused it. And so the whole idea is that this drone will keep sweeping over fire susceptible areas, and then it will be able to spot the second that a fire starts.
So they get there quicker.
1,000%.
That's awesome.
So did they determine what was the cause of your fire up there?
Yes. Well, the biggest one, there were 3 fires actually on the same day, about the same time. The biggest one was started by arson, and they actually caught him. And these fires have destroyed over 900 buildings and homes.
Wow.
We're talking about 10,000 acres worth of fires. So it was an inferno that day. Our city has been covered in smoke for over a week.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Finally cleared out. And I just feel really sad for all these families that have lost everything.
Yeah, there was something that my husband was wanted me to look at for our house in California. Because you say California, there's wildfires, right? Is that it's, if you can imagine a really big hose that goes around the perimeter of the property. And so if there is a fire, you push a button and the water just comes up.
Like a sprinkler system that just protects your home.
Yes, exactly. But it's just this pretty elaborate system that you would put around the perimeter of the property.
Are you going to do it?
I'm knock on wood.
Yeah, sure.
Is that I don't think we're in that susceptible of a zone.
Is it expensive?
Yes.
Okay.
We're talking probably $300,000.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's huge.
And then our home is steel and concrete and glass.
Okay.
And we've already had it, the fire chief come over and all that other good stuff. So
Did you see, I don't know if you see that on Shark Tank, there's a company that wants to build homes on hydraulics. So if there's a wildfire or a tsunami or whatever, The home just goes underground. They lower it underground, cover it up, and once everything's gone, you hit another button and it raises it back up.
Really?
Yeah, and they were raising money.
That, you know what? That sounds bizarre, but it sounds really good.
Barbara, do you watch Shark Tank?
Yes,
you know
Cochran,
Barbara
yeah.
Cochran. Yeah, she said, I will invest if I'm the first house you do. Put my house on hydraulics so I can hide it underneath.
That's a great idea.
But I just know there's going to be like an Amazon delivery guy going, I can't find the house anywhere.
Where is
It's
it?
supposed to be right here.
There's a dog gate. All right. Have you ever wondered if your phone was listening to you because you mentioned something and then suddenly all the ads in your feed are suddenly about whatever that thing is that you were talking about?
I don't wonder it. It's true. It happens.
Well, researchers at Northeastern University tested almost 20,000 different apps and they found 0 are recording conversations.
Then how does it happen? Because I tested it. We sat next to
How does it happen?
we sat next to a phone and we just said kitty litter 1,000 times.
Kitty litter, kitty litter.
In a 10-minute span. We used it in natural conversation. Oh, you want to watch that show? Sure, but order the kitty litter first. And then out of nowhere in the Instagram feed is kitty litter ads.
Meta buys data from 2,200 different companies.
Right.
So Facebook is not listening.
Right, and I know that for a fact.
But some of your apps may be listening.
So what apps did they test in this test that no apps are listening?
Well, the apps were probably not listening because the mic was turned off, right? But if you install an app and you give the app the permission to use the mic,
right,
then suddenly they have access to all your data.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that.
And they're listening. This test is poppycock.
Because I was thinking about this because I was talking about hiking Mount Fuji. I really want to hike Mount Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly in my feed were all these
of course,
fares to Tokyo.
Right. And you downloaded some game that you want your grandkids to play, and that's what's listening to you 24/7.
And I said, the only thing that I want to profile on me is Fujifilm.
Oh, gosh.
That's it. Luke in Milwaukee. Hi there, Luke.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on.
You betcha. What's going on?
Yeah, so about a couple weeks ago, I started getting mail, like physical letters for different companies, for business owners, like payroll and stuff like that, to use their services. But I don't have a company, so I looked who was sending it to, and the company that I was sending to was my last name, Content Marketing LLC. So I looked it up online, and there was a whole website designated for it, and like at the bottom had my name, address, and then the phone number listed was my parents' landline.
But you had nothing to do with this?
Yes, I had nothing.
Wow. Okay. And so is this still going on?
I believe it's still up, yes. I had talked to the FTC and then the Wisconsin DFI, and they said that hopefully the LLC will be disbanded in the next 60 days, but other than that, there really wasn't much they could do.
What you can do is go to it's called the Internet Corporation of Assigned Names and Numbers. Look, you've been around tech enough. Everything has an acronym, right? It's ICANN. ICANN. And you file a dispute that they are impersonating you. And this is not you. This is your name. This is, your parents' phone number. And then they will work to get it taken down.
Okay.
Do they do it 99% of the time? No. If you had a trademark on your name, it's going to go a little bit faster. But you can do a who is search, and you can find out who has registered this domain. It's probably in a foreign country, so that's why you need to get ICANN involved. We have this going on right now with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and is that people are sending us notes that I personally have emailed them, and I am inviting them to come on the show here to talk about their books. And so we have people at Random House and all these other ones that saying, oh, we'd love to have so-and-so on to talk about how to grow herbs. And I'm like, where does this come from? And then they forward me, it's somebody who's impersonating me using a Gmail account.
And are they trying to charge these people to come on the show to talk about their book?
100%.
Okay.
100%. So that's the big thing to get it. You can also file a complaint at the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Have you done that yet, Luke?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, if you go to ic3.gov, the whole idea is that's run by the FBI. They're not saying that an FBI guy or gal is going to call you, but what they look for are trends. And so if they see a lot of this coming from one particular region or part of the country or from another country, then they'll actually get in there and try to get it taken down. Luke, thanks for your call. What do you do when something doesn't work in your house?
Something like technical or just anything?
Like a dishwasher.
Oh, probably call someone because I don't know how to fix a dishwasher.
ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
That's what you want to do. You want to grab your phone, you take some photos, you take a picture of the error code on the display, the model number sticker on the inside the door, and you say, what does this mean to me and how can I fix it? Or do I have to call somebody?
I actually did do that. The ice maker in the fridge was we have little ice and big ice, and only the little ice was coming out. So I asked ChatGPT.
Such a first world problem.
So I asked ChatGPT what's going on, and it said, why don't you take your camera and shoot a video for me underneath? It found a frozen over spot. I put a hairdryer on there. Everything's working.
Look at you, Mr.
So you're right.
Fix It.
I guess I go right to ChatGPT like you said.
So let me ask you a question because this is really important. As you are embarking on a new marriage, is there a wrong way or a right way to load the dishwasher?
There's a right way.
Okay.
And that's I do it, and then it doesn't matter because it's done.
All right. Because I get reprimanded.
You do it wrong?
Yes.
How do you do it wrong?
I don't clean off the plates.
Okay. I mean, if you're leaving half of a stick of salmon, piece of salmon on there.
No, and then, I put the dog bowl so that the water doesn't go over. So finally, I'm like, you know what? You load the dishwasher.
Do cups, here's a question. This was an argument. Do bowls go on the top or the bottom?
Bottom standing up.
No, they go on the top.
Why?
Because it's going to get double clean. It's going to get the spinner from the top and the spinner from the bottom.
You're going to get on the side and the side.
If you only put plates on the bottom, the water will shoot through and get everything on top. Don't block the water from below. Bowls go on top.
They go on the bottom.
No, this is an outrage.
All right, what happened with me and United Airlines and what I had to say to United Airlines to get my money back here on the Kim Komando Show. AI is changing the world, and there's no question it's making technology smarter. But it's also making it so much easier for companies to learn more about you through your online activity, websites you visit, searches you run, and the apps you use can reveal more about you than you realize. That's where a VPN comes in, like ExpressVPN. It encrypts your internet connection to help keep your personal information more secure online. Whether you're checking email or shopping online, ExpressVPN works quietly in the background, and it's easy to use. One tap on your phone, laptop, desktop, or tablet, and you're connected. Plus, one subscription now covers up to 14 devices at once. That's enough to protect your entire household. Best of all, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Take your online privacy seriously with ExpressVPN. Right now, you can get 4 extra months by going to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim. Ellen in Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome to the show today. So glad that you're calling us. What's going on?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I have retired just simply because I don't have anywhere to work. I don't really, I would love to work from home, and I know that AI has created jobs, but I don't know how to go about it. And I've had so many jobs throughout my lifetime. You name it, I've done it. My longest stint, I guess, was in the casino business. I was a pit manager for 17 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm very good with people. I was also a paramedic for 12 years. Before that, I worked at the Cincinnati Reds Stadium, ran the scoreboard for a couple of years. I mean, you name it, I've done it.
Seriously?
I've done a variety.
You really have.
Now, you said you retired because you have nowhere to work. Were you replaced by computers, AI, technology as the pit boss?
I was not.
Okay.
I just chose to leave. I think it's called burnout. Working in a casino environment is exhausting because you have to be polite to everyone.
And most of the people that you have to be polite to are jerks.
Absolutely. There's some really nice ones, but there's a lot of not nice ones. And some of them are even like high-profile people like, I live in Cincinnati, so we have the Bengals. We had some Bengals players that were regulars that would come in. Some were very nice, some not nice at all. And it's tough to say sir to somebody that I don't think deserves to be called sir.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
You just get, it's just repetitive. And I finally just said, I have to get my life back. Working every weekend, every holiday, it's just tough.
So when were you a paramedic?
Back in the 90s, early 2000s.
And how many years did you do that?
12 years.
Okay, so you are pretty proficient in that field then still, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, see, here's the thing, that when you're looking at AI jobs online, the generic jobs, like proofing an answer, looking to see if the connection was made right in a question or whatever it may be, basically proofreading things, is that it doesn't pay very much. It pays anywhere between $14 and $20 an hour. But if you have a certain skill, and they may even be hiring people who have worked as a pit boss and a paramedic. I was leaning towards the paramedic because they're really looking for people who know the difference between a doorknob and a defibrillator and how you use it and what the steps might be.
Right.
And so that will definitely pay more than just the entry level jobs. But the casino might be interesting because if you could find a company that is developing AI casino software, that they will need a human to actually see if what they're creating using AI and if AI is really doing what it needs to do in that situation. And so where it might present you something like the guy's being a jerk, he's drunk, right? He's saying that the dealer, stole $5 from him, and the eye in the sky doesn't see that. So, what do you do at that point?
It depends on the amount. If they're saying $5 and they're throwing a fit, I'm going to give them $5.
Right, that's what you train the AI to do.
Exactly, that's what you're going to train the AI to do. And so if you could use AI like ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude and tell it these are the qualifications that I have, I would focus on the casino, and because AI and casinos are going big time, as you might expect. Wherever there's money to be made, that's where artificial intelligence is really being focused on, even on recognition and things like that, and security, obviously. And also, I would focus on the 12 years as a paramedic and say, what can I do remotely? Now, keep in mind, these AI jobs are feast or famine. It's very rarely do you get something that's going to be 40 hours a week. It may be, it's almost like getting a consulting job where you're going to spend a couple of hours doing it, get the job, and then you're going to be ranked on that job. And depending upon the quality of the work that you do for that, then it's like you get to go to the next level.
I understand. The thing is, I'm not well versed in AI, I don't believe, simply because I have a son that works he was a Black Hawk pilot in the Army for 12 years. He got out, went straight into corporate Amazon, and he makes me feel dumb because, number one, everything's an acronym. And I just kind of cocked my head at him like, what's that?
Well,
you know what?
Don't you know what? Push that off to the side and just fire up chatgpt.com.
Yeah, I talk to them a lot.
Okay. And then just talk to it like you and I are having a conversation. What can I do to make some extra money? And you will find that the way that you talk to it is so much better now than the way that it was a year and a half ago, when it wouldn't try to paste the answers with you. But now it's starting to develop more of a rapport. Are you saying that too, Andrew?
Yeah, obviously the answers are becoming, because there's been phases of ChatGPT, like you said, the pasting, and then it was the praising with no matter what you said, it told you were amazing and a genius and everything you do is right. And now it's more getting down to the nitty gritty and let's just get this project done.
Exactly. So Ian was meeting me in Wyoming for our driving tour. And he went to the airport for his 9 o'clock flight. United Airlines said, "We're sorry, we have a mechanical. We'll be leaving in 2 hours." 11 o'clock comes and goes. 12 o'clock, no flight. 2 o'clock, no flight. 4 o'clock. United says, we're going to have to change this flight to be tomorrow.
Oopsies.
Okay. And then Ian called and they said, there's nothing we can do because you could have showed up for the flight the next day. Now, if your flight is canceled or delayed more than 3 hours domestic, 6 hours international, and you choose not to fly, the airline must refund your money. And if they say they can't, like they tried to say to me, I said, under federal law, you must. Oh, okay.
Oopsie daisy.
We're sorry about that.
She did a Google search. We're in trouble.
Watch out. And no vouchers. I don't want a voucher. I want my money back.
Well, of course. A voucher is just not even going to get you where you need to go. They messed up. That's a long time to delay a flight, to then tell people. Because, you think about it. You say, well, it might be 7 or 8 hours. People can find other flights. They can still get to their destination.
What they do is they keep saying, oh, it's going to be here. It's going to be here. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Little crumb.
If you haven't already, make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter. It's 5-star rated at getkim.com. Well, I think that I did a very good job today.
Oh, that's good. It's always good to end the show complimenting yourself. I too think you did a great job today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a little bug in my throat, just a little.
Just at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to get yourself a cough drop there.
So, what was your most favorite part of the show?
I think it's got to be the interview we did with Bryan Johnson.
Really?
Yes, I really like that guy. I think he gets a bad reputation, probably because he brings it on himself. But I think his message is way bigger if people just stop and listen to the things that he's saying.
Well, what about the guy who's creating the awful AI wife?
He created it. And it's so bad, he's doing what you do if you have a real awful wife. He's not talking to her.
Hey, do us a huge, huge favor. We really appreciate you watching and, being part of our community. Be sure to drop a comment or, I don't know, hit that big old subscribe, follow button, right?
Absolutely.
We'll see you again here next week.
It's 1938. The 2-week pay period is invented. But then the world got faster. Faster travel, faster delivery, faster everything. Except our pay. Until now, with daily pay, everyone can access money they've earned when they need it. Yes, this is the future of pay. Daily pay. Work with the leader in on-demand pay at dailypay.com. Transfer fee may apply.